Lincoln Charter School students, it's Mrs. Peterson here. Today we're going to be making a cityscape like artist James Rizzi. For this project you'll need a pencil, you'll need a marker, and you'll need something to color with. So you could use crayons, you could use colored pencils, or you could use markers. So let's get started. I'm holding my paper horizontally today, which means it's going side to side, and I'm going to write my name, and then I'm going to write my room number, and then I'm going to flip over my paper so that I can't see my name anymore. Now, for my cityscape, I'm going to start with a street. So I'm just gonna make a horizontal line at the bottom of my paper. This could also be a sidewalk, depending on how you wanted to make it. Now, James Rizzi, when he makes his buildings, most of them are rectangles. Some of them are other shapes, but I'm gonna make some nice big rectangles to fill up most of my paper. I will also, in the Google Slides, leave you with some extra images of different building shapes in case you want to get a little bit fancier with your skyscrapers. But I'm going to pretend this is just a street in the city that's filled with buildings. So I'm going all the way from one side to the other side of my paper. Getting a little bit fancy with that one. Once I'm finished with my buildings, I'm going to go in and I'm going to give them all faces. Now the eyeballs are going to be the windows, and then I can add a mouth. I will also post a worksheet that has faces, including mouths and eyes, that you can look at for ideas. So I'm just going to get started, and on each building I'm going to start drawing nice and big, and I'm going to make my eyes however you would like to make them. I'm not going to color anything in yet. I'm just drawing the shape of the eyes, and then I can add in a mouth however I'd like to do that. I'm drawing nice and big, just like James Rizzi. So I will continue to put faces on all of my buildings, and then I will check back in with you. Try to make each face a little bit different. I went in and I added faces on all of my buildings, and now I can go back in and add some extra windows. Once again, I'm just going to keep drawing nice and big, so I'm just going to add my windows all the way to the bottom of the building. And if you get towards the bottom of the building, you can also add a door. How you choose to make this is, once again, totally up to you. You could do circles, or you could do squares or rectangles, even heart windows. So I will finish adding windows, and then we'll go over the next step. Now I'm finished adding all of my windows. And the last step, and this is optional, is you can add in a sky. You could do a daytime sky with the sun, or a nighttime sky with a moon. I think I'm going to make mine a daytime picture. So I'm going to make a sun, and of course, because we're making art like James Rizzi, I'm going to put a face on it. And then I could also go in and add a couple of clouds in the background. If I was doing a nighttime picture, I could do a moon, and I could do some stars. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to take my black marker, and I'm going to go and I'm going to trace all of my pencil lines with the marker. Remember, if you don't have a marker at home, you could always just trace with black crayon. I will finish tracing all of my black lines, and then we'll be ready to color. I'm all finished tracing, and now I'm just ready to color. So I'm just going to go back in with my crayons, and I'm going to do my very best coloring. When I color my buildings, I'm going to try to make each building a different color. And I will come back to you when I'm completely finished to show you what my project looks like. Okay, here's the finished piece. I love how it turned out. My cityscape has buildings that are bursting with personality, just like artist James Rizzi. I can't wait to see the unique buildings that you make in your own cityscape. I'll see you guys soon.